Welcome back, anime babes. It's time for another Jujutsu Kaisen review. Like, comment, and subscribe. Idly indulging in baseless paranormal activities with the occult club, high schooler Yuji Ittori spends his days at either the club room or the hospital, where he visits his bedridden grandfather. However, this leisurely lifestyle soon turns to take a turn for the strange when he unknowingly encounters a cursed item, triggering a train of supernatural occurrences. Yuji finds himself suddenly thrust into the world of curses, dreadfully being formed from human malice and negativity after swallowing the same item, revealed to be a finger belonging to the demon Sukune Ramune, the king of curses. Yuji experienced firsthand the threat these curses pose to society as he discovered his new own found powers. Introducing the Tokyo Metropolitan Jujutsu Technology High School, he begins to walk down a path from which he cannot return, the path of a Jujutsu sorcerer. This anime has about 24 episodes, has a prequel and a movie coming up soon, and also a second season, maybe. It premiered October 3rd, 2020 to March 27th, 2021. It is based off a manga series like anime, demon, supernatural, school, children, 23 minutes per episode, and it's R and 70 plus for violence and profanity. Now let's get started. I'd like to start off this review by introducing the cast of Jujutsu Kaisen. From the left, we have Yuji Ittori. Next to him, we have Megami Fushiro. In the middle, we have their sensei and my favorite, Goro Satora. And then on the last end, in the female character, we have Noriba Kitsui. Now these main four players will be the main focus of Jujutsu Kaisen, but there are some other supporting cast characters that you will see later on in the series. But for right now, I just want to focus on them. Now with that being said, Jujutsu Kaisen was the latest shoujo manga series to gain a huge boost in popularity, and then became the mainstream anime for 2020, 2021, right next to take up that really hierarchy level next to Demon Slayer. And with that being said, it being produced by Studio Mappa, you wouldn't expect anything less. Now, with that being said, Jujutsu Kaisen was probably the most anticipated and exciting show of 2020, and with it being a new shoujin, that was kind of be expected. Every time new anime comes out, you try to think it's going to top the rest of the anime that was the best of its year, especially with the main character, Yuji Ittori, an average teenager, living his average life, taking care of his grandfather when visiting hospital, very passionate about his clubs and high school activities with their, strong team members, who I will not say you would get introduced to them when you watch the anime, but they seem to have a very close-knit relationship with Yuji, and they're very close friends. And as their club suggested, they're looking for different strange, creepy occult items, and I think one of the members gets what more than they bargained for, and curse, scary, creepy locations, and come up with these crazy theories and different creepy events that revolves around the high school. And then one day, it kind of happens, and you can feel like Yuji, who eventually has a tragic event happen in his life, which I'm not going to say here because I don't spoil on this channel, and then he encounters Megami, who's a student at Jujutsu High School, and has to deal with some problems before, and then, how they encounter this cursed item, and they rush to the school to perform this ritual that's already taken place, and I feel like they were just a seconds too late, and the strange happenings keep occurring, and Yuji discovers his great new power, but at a cost, and that's when good old Gojo Satori shows up. Now basically, we have these three main characters you'll see a lot because it basically follow them on their journey becoming Jujutsu sorcerers at their high school, and how they're ranked with the level of ranking that they're at, especially with the other sorceries and the curses that they're able to fight basically, and then usually giving this choice whether they join them. And I guess you can assume the other choice that he's given, which he obviously doesn't take. But you see Yuji's main motivation of why he picks the side that he does. And I feel like the main intention for Yuji's motivation has a lot to do with the theme of the show, which is you're presented with a lot of death and a lot of graphic death at that, and intense fight scenes. And you see the character's motivation, how they're going to adapt. And the pacing, at first you think the pacing is very fast because a lot of things happening once in the first episode, but that's necessary to build up the action, and then the second episode kind of calms down with momentum, and after that the pacing it becomes pretty standard. And I feel like with the other characters, plot wise, To some people at most, Jujutsu Kaisen might seem like an average shonen, but that's not the case. I feel like with this one, you can really see the anticipation of the writing and lettering of this anime because of how it's directed, how the characters play off one another, and how they're explaining this whole another world within human side that kind of has, like, for us as humans, a blind eye because we don't really realize it's happening until it's too late. And also the hierarchy of the power system in this anime is spectacular, especially with a little comic relief here and there. And also the cursed spirits were another element of the anime that was pretty intriguing because they explain the depth of the curses, the level they're at, and which curses are powerful, which one are not, and how the level of the Jujutsu sorcerers are ranked in their world, and how their ranking of status along with like the gender also determines it, because sometimes you favor one gender over the other, or talent versus the other, depending on the gender, which also seems interesting. I also say the grading for the sorcerer is kind of interesting because it breaks it down to even more, because you have the cursed spirits, which are evil creatures that mess with human emotion and the power they receive from it, and the individual that has the negative emotion but is able to be used to curse that in battle to fight against your opponent. So that was very interesting. And the curses are also very in different colors. And then you have the grades of sorcerer. Grade 4 sorcerers are weak in experience. Grade 3 are sorcerers who are average students. Grade 2 sorcerers are those who are above average level. And grade 1 sorcerers are high status, or one who presents great strength. And special grade sorcerers are especially strong and abnormal, like Goro Satori, for instance, and he's above that special grade level where you see him fighting an enemy that I mentioned earlier in the summary, and he's special grade just to easily to be on par with Shakuna, the demon of the devil curses, at that. So when you're at par with that level, that means you're out of your league. If you see Goro Satori appear on screen, you know things are about to go down. As for the characters, like the main protagonist Yuji Ittori, had his life drastically changed, and now he's entered this new world. They have Nobuka Skira. She's very interesting because she shares many interests with Yuji, and they're both interesting because they have a small backstory or a little summary. They both love Tokyo, going out sightseeing, and she's a very confident character who's not afraid to fangirl over stuff, but she's still a very considerate, very strong female protagonist. And to be honest, I think also, like, she's very, like, she knows what she wants in the motivation in life, and also she's like always trying to define her femininity, which I don't think she really needs to defend it, but she feel like in this case she has to in the show, just prove that she's still like a woman, but like girl-like thing, but also can fight when she needs to. Then you have Megami Fushima, and he's a very serious guy at the moment. Doesn't like, for his colleagues act like very childlike and idiotic, but they can't really help that. They're his friends. But his moments at time on screen tend to show that he has no emotion sometimes. Like, he's just very static, but he's a good character. I will say, like, he actually does really care for everyone despite the appearance he does give off. And even though Yuji and Naruto often teasing him, he knows that they're still made good friends. And then we have Gojo Satori, the very cool, lively, but also the creator of the manga that also said that Gojo. Now I know we all think you're those who simp for Gojo. He's a player, and you can't deny that. But player as he must be, he does dress very attractively. He does have his very witty side to him, even when he's being serious. But he's a very powerful character, OP level powerful. So it's very interesting to see him bring that side out of him on the screen when he's battling opponents, and see how easily he just makes them look weak and compared to him. So that was very interesting indeed. And then we have the side characters. We have the panda, literally a talking panda. We have Maki Zeni. She's also another strong female character, which you'll know more about her backstory. She's very strong, very powerful. I love her motivations and goals for everything, and her dramatic power that's really displayed in the show. You have Aido Toru, another side character. He's very interesting. I feel like he deserved more screen time, but he just didn't get it. Then we have Tojo Imiki, who is a very quiet guy. He can look very intimidating at first, but he's still a lovely character, amazing character at that, with an interesting personality, and his powers are very tied into the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, which we'll kind of get to. And the villains are very interesting in the show, because I feel like you have Sukuna, the main antagonist, who basically brings the whole group together, and on the same level of Gojo, because they share similar personality. Both are very overpowering, yet they both feel some type of different when it comes to skill level. I feel like you put them together, tipping the scale, Gojo still overpowers Sykkuno, but even playing field, they're still evenly matched. And you have other interesting villains that have their motivations, and overall gives sort of a creepy vibe. But that's what Jujutsu Kaisen does. It kind of gives you that creepy vibe with most of the villains, but also it puts you in for a good show because the animation is very lovely. It does a good job with the fight scenes, the dark environment, the atmosphere that it tries to convey with the horror elements here and there. And then also there are a lot of fight scenes. The choreography is done really well. The transition done very smoothly. The dialogue between the characters are done really well. Overall, I think Jujutsu Kaisen was by far one of the anime that I enjoy. That I am excited to see if they do bring it back for another season, because who knows what else is store. But sadly, the creator of the manga is taking a break due to health issues, which I understand. So I think we're gonna have to see for the manga and wait for Jujutsu Kaisen be on hold. As for the anime, the fate is still unknown, but we have to see, because I feel like this is not the last we've seen of Jujutsu Kaisen, which I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy the characters, the plot development, the character development, and the story, and how it's well written, and also how the fight scenes are really carried out, and how you are introduced all of these supporting characters that eventually will play back a role with the main cast and helping them lead the goal of completing their objective, which I won't give too much away on that. You just have to watch it for yourself. But until then, thanks for tuning this review, and I hope you enjoy it. Until then, bye! Thanks for tuning into this review. Give this big video a big thumbs up, and I know that you liked it. Don't forget to comment down below in the comment section what anime you want to review next, and suggestions that you may have, and hit the subscribe button to join the anime family and to help it grow. And I'll see you soon. Bye!